Hey, what's up everybody? This is Zeno and welcome to episode 2 of the Mossberg 500 project. And we are going to be installing the ATI Halo Heatshield. That's what we're going to be doing. So let's give this a quick open, shall we? Let's move the gun aside for a moment and take a look at our ATI Heatshield. Comes with quite the package here. So there's our instruction manual. There she is. That's going to look pretty awesome right there. And in addition to that, we have all of our parts. And clip and adhesive strip. The nice thing about the ATI Halo heat shield is a fully floating heat shield. So I'll give you kind of a idea of what this is going to look like. Something about like that. That's going to look pretty sweet. So nothing actually bolts to the gun itself. Everything is basically clamped on, if you will, so it's a completely free-floating system, so you don't have to make any modifications to the gun, which is nice. So I'm excited. Let's get this on. So our first step here is to remove the barrel from the gun. So what we're going to do is, I've already safety checked this, is we're going to rack the pump back about halfway, undo this knob up front, and then the barrel just comes right out. There you go. Now in the instructions it tells you to first place this, peel off the adhesive back and place this on this, but I'm actually not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into the heat shield first, and then I'll apply the sticker after that. And this is a really tight fit. So what I have here is just a pair of needle nose pliers that I wrapped electrical tape around the blades, whatever you want to call them, the metal parts, and so that way I won't mar up anything as I'm pressing this in. And I'm just going to pinch this into place, just like that. Get it all nice and in there. There you go. I'm not going to be using the front sights with this. You can buy them separately also, but I'm not going to be using them for this particular project, so that'll be fine. Now we're just going to take the paper off the adhesive back, and we're going to apply this on there now. So our next step is to take this barrel clip and this adhesive strip, and this is kind of just like the last thing we did, where we're going to remove the paper backing, and then we're going to apply this to the inside of this clip. And I'm going to attempt to actually do this on camera, which means I'm probably going to make a complete and total buffoon of myself. So I just got finished doing that, so now that strip is now stuck to the inside. We have the heat shield, and right up front here, basically right in this area, if I pull this a little bit closer, right in this area right here, and the same on the other side, we're going to install these little triangular pieces. Again, just more of these little rubberized stickers, and that's going to go in just about like that. So let's go ahead and get the backing off of these and stick those into place. Alright, now we're going to just stick this right in there. It basically goes just above that little rectangular window, which if you're looking at this, you'll kind of understand what I mean by that. There we go, see, right there. There we go. Alright, so now we're ready to put our collar on the barrel. And that's going to go right up here. Just like that. And just kind of eye this up real quick to see if it's mostly straight. There we go. And now we can put our heat shield on. It's a little easier to do at this point than a later point. And you should be able to muscle this guy on there. There we go. So, not going to mess anything up by giving her a little elbow grease. Okay, so now we're going to install the blocks and also the rails. So these are the little blocks that we put the little rubber things on earlier. And also these rails. These rails come with the kit. You can also buy a Picatinny rail directly from ATI that will fit directly on here because it needs to have this little hole in the back to receive the screw end, to receive the thread, just like that, for the bolt. So a normal Picatinny rail wouldn't work for this, but you can install these and then install a short Picatinny rail to it, or you can buy the special Picatinny rails directly from ATI. So the little foam end of the wedge, and again we're using the smaller wedges because we have an extended magazine tube underneath this, goes towards the barrel. Oops, turn that around. There we go. Okay, so now these are chamfered or recessed in a little bit to fit the head of the screw. Nice and flush, just like that. And so you'll put one way and one the other way. So you have one screw going this way, screwing into this one, the other one screw, this is upside down, there we go, going that way, screwing into this one. It'll make sense when you get there. And we have two different screws. We have a longer screw and a shorter screw, and they have different color Loctite on them. I assume that's Loctite, to indicate that they are different. Because of the taper of the barrel, you need one screw slightly longer than the other. The longer the two screws goes towards the breech end, the shorter of the two screws goes towards the muzzle end. So to take an account for that taper in the barrel. This is a steel screw going into an aluminum thread, so we are going to grease these. Anytime we have two different metals going to a party together, always use grease. Okay, so the shorter screw goes in the top here, and I'm not going to tighten these down really tight. I'm just gonna get them rolling, and then we'll do everything else, all the final tightening, when we get the gun on the barrel, or the barrel on the gun, I mean. This is using a 5/64 hex key, just like that. And then this one is our longer one. And again, I'm really just doing this a few turns just to engage the thread. See, this is really loose. Okay? So, there we go. All set there. And next, let's go ahead and get our gun up here. Back this out. And reinstall this. There we go. So I'm just going to make sure that this is straight real quick, that our heat shield is not all cattywampus. It looks good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and snug down these two screws. See, if you were to have tightened these up too much before you went and put this on the gun, you would have never gotten this thing back on the gun. So just snug these down. And these do have the ability to move around a little bit, so. Alright, there it is. ATI Halo Heatshield. Looking pretty badass. I'm liking where this project's going. Alright, take it easy.